be an opportunity to help me make sense of your conclusion.
But I will tell you that the thing that brought me out of my faith crisis was that at the end of the day, I found the alternative explanations for the Book of Mormon to be completely unsatisfying.
Unsatisfying. Implausible. Okay.
By the time, some of the theories are that some combination of Joseph, Sidney, and Oliver wrote the Book of Mormon.
Just give me a little freedom here. It could just be that you don't really know how it came about. And so you don't believe it. So because the records don't show that Sidney and Joseph met earlier than what the records show, it's much more, the likelihood of a shining bright angel coming to visit Joseph in a room full of sleeping kids 3 times to give him a message, that's probably more likely.
By the time you try to place those people in history, where they have contact with each other to be able to share this text with each other, even though the historical record is pretty clear.
Can't imagine a way possible that Joseph and others around him could have come up with the Book of Mormon. It's easier to believe that Joseph found ancient plates in the earth much the same way as people did with occult magic treasure digging, but that those plates weren't even needed. They weren't even necessary to get the message or the translation of the plates because he just used a rock and a hat. Just because you can't find an alternative to that doesn't mean that the original is right, true, or correct. I'm okay to not know. But the things that I can know, I'm going to take that information and I'm going to use it to make a decision. I can't know how the Book of Mormon was written for sure because I don't believe the narrative. So I'm just going to end with, I don't really know, but I'm sure as hell don't believe that it came divinely from God and that God saved the message to come now in the last 200 years. I'm now obsessed basically with old things because when I realized as I was researching Joseph Smith, timelines kind of opened up for me that this Bible was around and I bought it at an antique store for less than $30. This was around on this planet at the same time as Joseph Smith. Why would it? It just helps me realize what a teensy-tiny baby Mormonism is. Even though it was my whole world, and it was everything I knew, and all the goodness was within it, it is so tiny. My point here is, if you want to believe the narrative of the church, okay. Where I have an issue and a problem is when you get angry and mock people that don't believe it. You know, as well as we do, that there are good, valid reasons to not believe the faith. I just want there to be some mutual respect. If you choose to want to believe that because it helps you live a better life and be a better person, and you want to claim it as truth, and you want to help the organization, okay. But why does there have to be such animosity and antagonistic feelings and dehumanizing of people that haven't come to the same conclusion as you? That's what hurts me. That's what I'm frustrated with. Because we're unwilling or unable to suspend logic and reason that we came to with the brain and mind that God gave us. A God that would give us these tools to come to knowledge and truth, but then require of us to suspend that information and logic and believe in something without evidence to be able to be saved is just the most nonsensical, cruel, mean trickery. And I can't follow that God. I will not worship that God. I understand using logic and reason and the mind that God gave us, and then having a heart and choosing to follow things. But to believe that people that aren't following those ways are bad, wrong, evil, led by Satan, dark, nihilistic, horrible humans, is just terribly unchristian.
And so things like these theories about where the Book of Mormon came from.
Ultimately, if you want to believe that the Book of Mormon is true, and it helps your life, and it helps you in your life, then why does it matter how it came to be? If the words in the message are beneficial, and you believe them, then why does it even matter whether or not he created it from things in his surroundings and from his life? Why would that be a problem? Why does it have to be that it came from looking in a rock and a hat? It's just crazy.